Okay, have you ever felt like you're just fighting a losing battle with the scale? I mean, you're doing everything right, but nothing seems to work. Well, today, we're going to dive into the real science behind this, and let me tell you, the answer has absolutely nothing to do with your willpower.
So, it all starts here, right? You've cut the calories, you're meticulously tracking your food, you are being so disciplined.
And on top of that, you're adding workouts, maybe hitting some extra cardio sessions. You're putting in the work. You're totally committed.
And then, this happens. You step on the scale, and despite all that effort, that number just stares back at you, completely unchanged. It is one of the most frustrating feelings in the world.
So naturally, you start blaming things, right? Oh, I'm just getting older, or maybe I just don't have enough self-control. But what if I told you the science reveals a totally different story? A hidden reason that's happening deep inside your body, on a biological level.
Let's actually treat this like a mystery we have to solve. Why does the scale get stuck? What is really going on behind the scenes here?
Well, the very first clue is a big one. Your body isn't broken. Not at all. In fact, it's working perfectly. The thing is, it has a hidden agenda, and that agenda is completely different from your weight loss goals, because its number one priority, always, is survival.
And that survival instinct, it brings us right to the heart of the matter, your body's powerful, ancient, and incredibly protective survival mode. Now, the scientific term for this whole process is metabolic adaptation. See, when you cut your calories too drastically, your body doesn't think, oh, great, we're on a diet. It senses a threat. It thinks there's a famine. And in response, it does the smartest thing it can. It starts to slow everything down to conserve energy and, keep you alive.
And this right here, this is a total game changer in how you should see the problem. You might assume your metabolism is broken or just slow, but the reality, your metabolism is actually incredibly smart and protective. It's doing its job perfectly to shield you from what it thinks is starvation. This isn't a flaw, it's a feature.
So, what does this protective response actually feel like? Well, for starters, your overall calorie burn just drops. Your body literally learns how to run on fewer calories. It starts conserving energy, which, by the way, is why you might feel so tired and sluggish. And crucially, it gets way more efficient at storing any extra energy as fat for future emergencies.
Now, this adaptation is a totally natural process. But there are two key factors in our modern lives that can make it happen faster and hit you even harder. Let's call them the silent metabolism killers.
Killer number one is muscle loss. Think of muscle as your body's calorie-burning engine. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn all day long, even when you're just sitting on the couch. The problem is a lot of extreme diets, especially when you pair them with tons of cardio, cause you to lose that precious muscle. And when you lose muscle, your metabolic rate just plummets.
The second killer? Oh, it's all about your hormones, and they get thrown way out of whack by stress and poor sleep. See, chronic stress pumps up cortisol, your main stress hormone, which basically tells your body to store fat and save energy. At the same time, not getting enough quality sleep messes with your hunger hormones. It lowers leptin, which is the one that says, hey, I'm full, and it raises ghrelin, the hormone that screams, I'm hungry. It is a perfect storm for stalling out.
Okay, so we get the problem. Your body thinks it's in survival mode. The big question then is, how do we get it out? And the answer is actually simple. We have to start signaling safety.
So, this is the most important part. You have to change the message you're sending your body. Instead of sending signals of scarcity and starvation, you need to send signals of abundance. You have to convince your metabolism that the famine is over and it's safe to let go of those fat stores. And here's exactly how to do that. These 4 steps work together to send that all-clear signal. Prioritizing protein helps you keep and even build that calorie-burning muscle. Adding in strength training directly tells your body to build that muscle and boost your metabolic rate. And then actively working to reduce stress and improve your sleep, that helps rebalance all those hormones we just talked about, telling your body it's finally safe to start burning fat again.
So as we wrap this up, let's just focus on one final, really powerful idea. This journey isn't about fixing you or some personal flaw. It's about fixing the signals you're sending.
Let me just say this loud and clear. The struggle you've been going through is not your fault. It is not a failure of willpower. It's a completely predictable biological response to the survival signals you've been, maybe unknowingly, sending your own body. And that really just leaves us with one last question to think about. Once you understand this science, you realize you have a choice.
Are you going to keep fighting a battle against your body's incredibly powerful survival instincts? Or are you going to start working with your biology to finally achieve your goals? The choice is yours.